let me demonstrate the new CSV data editor in Boozang. Often when you have a test case that enters a set of data like this, filling out a form, here you can see you can fill out first name, last name, email and password and save it to the DB, and it will show up here inside the database on the application side. Let's say you have a spreadsheet of data that you want to fill into this database. You need to create a loop over a set of data. So now I'll show you how to do that and show the new CSV editor that we just launched. You'll go into data here and you create new data, and instead of object here you choose CSV. So I'm going to call this users, right? It's a set of users. Then it's going to ask me, do you want to enable loop data? You don't want to do this, but you can go ahead and just say, yes, I want to loop this test case over the CSV data. The way you do this here is, of course, now under test setting, you have the loop data enabled here, and it will tell you the start and end index, which is of course 0 to the end of the document by default. So in data now, you can actually start by entering the different data. So you'll start by hitting the plus sign, and I would enter the different things here. So let's do first name, and then do plus again to add another column, last name, and maybe that's enough for us right now. And then I will say Mats Ljunggren, and here of course I can use the tab and enter keys. Wencheng Lee. So now we have a set of data that we can loop over, okay? So instead of using parameter first name here and parameter last name here, we can now use the loop first name and loop last name. But remember, here you need to comply with what's exactly in the columns here. And you see we're using camel case here. So let's make sure that we modify this. And as you can see, we get autocomplete. So we get the first name here. And then on the loop side here, we will remove this and just say last name. So now we've created a test case where we've hard-coded from parameter the email and the password, and we're now looping over this. So let's just make sure there is nothing in the database, and we'll run this, and it's going to tell us, do you want to just run this for the first entry in the CSV or the second entry or all of them? So let's run all of them, and let's go ahead and press play. So now we've created a very simple loop, and as you can see, both Wencheng Lee and Mats Ljunggren is now been saved in the application database.